Hi, I'm Ashley Glennon, and I will be talking about genetically modified organisms, which is also known as genetically engineered food. Currently, 64 countries around the globe require the labeling of genetically engineered food, such as 15 nations in the European Union, Japan, Australia, Brazil, Russia, and even China, but the United States has no required labeling of genetically engineered food. I do not believe in the production of GMOs. By altering the genetic makeup of natural living things, scientists are potentially creating foods that could be harmful to our health. So I believe it's important to know what's in our food. So by making the labeling of genetically engineered foods mandatory, it will allow consumers to make an informed choice. What exactly are GMOs? Well, genetically modified organisms are plants and animals created through the gene splicing techniques of biotechnology. This technology merges DNA from different species. This is creating unstable combinations of plant, animal, bacterial, and viral genes that cannot occur in nature or traditional crossbreeding. These GMOs, which are planted around the country, have also increased the use of toxic herbicides and pesticides. Why are these genetically engineered foods harmful to us? Well, genetically engineered crops are potential to introduce the new toxins or allergens to our food and environment. One study has shown that that insecticide in genetically engineered corn was found in a pregnant woman's bloodstream. Also, DNA fragments that are put into different foods are also causing dangerous allergic reactions for many people who are unknowingly eating these genetic engineered foods. These crops are responsible for the 383 million pounds of herbicide use over the first 13 years of commercial use. Also, in August 2011, the U.S. Geological Survey reported that the active ingredient in Roundup is now a common component in the air and rain in Midwest during the spring and summer. These weeds that are actually becoming very resistant to the herbicides and insecticides that farmers are trying to use to protect their crops. And there are actually many weeds that are becoming resistant in about 26 states already. So farmers are having to go and use more toxic and older herbicides, which is known to cause reproductive problems, birth defects, and risks of cancer. Farmers are also losing millions of dollars because places like Europe don't want these genetically engineered crops. So I believe we as consumers have a right to know what's in our food that we eat and put in our bodies and buy. So if you go to justlabelIt.org, this is a campaign created to advocate the labeling of genetically engineered foods. While we all have different reasons to knowing what's in the food we eat and buy, but what unifies us as a whole is that it is the belief we have the right to know what's in the food that we eat and buy. One attorney at the Center for Food Safety wrote a legal petition on September 2011 and submitted it with the assumption that people have the right to know what we eat. 90% of Americans support this. There are more than hundreds of organizations that are in support of protecting the consumer's right to know. And many have joined the support in the FDA's petition and the labeling of genetically engineered foods. Imagine a world with more allergies, more disease, and mentally impaired people. Well, this is the mess due to the toxins and unseen complications from the dangerously, unnaturally, and manipulated DNA in our food crops. So what you want to do is you want to get involved and go to the website and sign the petition and get involved.